Welcome viewers, if still you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe and also click the bell icon to get technology updates regularly on this JP Infotech channel.
Hi, in this video we are going to see about a Java project which is entitled as DSAS, a secure data sharing and authorized searchable framework for eHealthcare system, which is an IEEE 2022 journal paper. So before seeing the execution of the project, let me brief about this project. We all know that eHealthcare systems are developing day by day, because in this eHealthcare system the patient is not required to go to the hospital or a doctor physically. Instead, they can send the data such as their reports in a electrical format, so that the doctors or the hospital people can able to diagnose from anywhere to this patient. But the problem with the eHealthcare system is like the privacy issue, because the data are going to be stored in a public place like a cloud. So the patients may have a issue of exposing their details in a public place. So to overcome this, there are several encryption methods are being proposed in traditional methods. But the problem of encrypting the eHealthcare data is like intended user, like a hospital person, cannot able to retrieve the data which they require, as the data are already been encrypted and it is unreadable format. So to overcome these all issues, in this paper the authors have proposed a secure data sharing method, where the data which is being stored in a cloud is stored in a very secure way, and also it can be shared, and only the authorized searchable framework, only the intended particular person can able to search the data in the eHealthcare system. And another important thing of the existing thing is like, in the medical treatment process, the doctors need to be in online all time in this eHealthcare, which is be unaffordable for all doctors. So in this paper the authors have proposed the solution for this also, like under absent of certain circumstances, the doctor can assign another doctor, so that the privacy and also the authorized searchable scheme will be satisfied in it. So in this paper the authors have proposed the first thing is like, patient healthcare record are collected by the device and or encrypted before uploading to the cloud server, ensuring the privacy and confidentiality. Here the authors mentioned that the sensors have been collecting the data and it will be stored in the cloud server. But as we are not going to use any hardware component, instead of this, with in this proposed methodology, the proposed system, the patients will be uploading the data manually and it will be stored in the cloud server. And second point is that only authorized doctors can have the access of this PHR. This will be implementing. And third important point is like Alice. So this is the first doctor. Consider this is Alice is the first doctor in charge, is able to delegate the medical research and utilization to Bob. So Bob is another doctor, that is doctor in agent. So in case if Alice is not available, this doctor will assign the patient to the Bob under the certain conditions through the cloud server. So supporting minimizing information exposure to the cloud server. So these things will be implemented in the project. And kindly note that we cannot implement the exact mathematical model or algorithm as mentioned in the base paper. So we'll be implementing the main objectives of this, whatever we discussed, and based on the technology that we are using is Java. And here you can see the system architecture. Here you can see the n number of patients. They will be uploading the encrypted data in the cloud server, and there will be n number of doctors which is assigned. So this will be the system architecture. Now let us see the execution of the project. So we have developed this project in NETBEANS IDE 8.2. So first open NETBEANS IDE 8.2 and just go to the file menu and click open project. Now go to the source code location where you can find the DSAS and just click the open project. Now we are importing the project into the NetBeans, and it takes some time. Here you can see the project is being loaded into the NetBeans IDE. So kindly wait till the complete project is being loaded into the NetBeans IDE. So meanwhile, let us attach the database in the MySQL. So just go to the MySQL administrator. Just log in with the credentials of username and password as root and click OK. Now go to the restore option. So just select open backup file. Now go to the source code location where you can find the database folder and select the database and then click start restore. Now you can see the message, the restore operation was finished successfully message, and click close. Now you can close this MySQL administrator part because we have attached the database. So now coming back to the NetBeans IDE part, the project is being loaded into the NetBeans IDE. So now let us execute the project. So just right click it and then click run. Now kindly wait till the project is being loaded into the browser part. So now you can see the home screen or welcome screen of the project with the project title DSAS. So here you can see these are the static information where you can edit it if you wanted. So here you can see the entities like patients, doctors and cloud server. So first let me go to the cloud server and show you. So just log in with the username and password as cloud where C is claps, and then click login, and now you can see the login success message and click OK. And now you can see the cloud server home page where you can see options of like patients activation, doctor activation, patient, doctor files, assign doctors, doctor request, graph, etc. Let us see one by one. You can see the patient activation, it is empty. Doctor activation is empty because we have not done anything right now. So this is the first time we are running it. So everything is empty. Now let me log out from the admin part. Now first let me go to the patient part. So once if you click the patients menu, it will be navigated to the patient login page. So as I am a new patient, I don't have any username and password. So first let me go to the new registration. So once if you click this new registration, it will be navigated to the patient registration form where you can see the details of name. So let me enter the name and email ID, date of birth, phone number, address, and password. And after entering the patient registration required fields, just click the submit button, and now you can see the registration is success and click OK. So now it will be navigated to the patient login page again. So let me enter the registered details like email ID and the password which I have given during the registration type, and then click login. Here you can see the message, even though I have given the correct username and password, now you can see your account not yet approved, please try again later, which means that even the patient has been registered, so the cloud server should approve the patient, then only they can able to log in into the system, so that unauthorized person usage can be avoided. So now let me log in into the cloud server part. So in the cloud server part, you can see the patient activation. So earlier I have shown you that this table was empty, and now you can see with the ID 1, the name JP, which I have registered with the details of email ID, phone number, address, and everything is being shown with the registered date and time of it. Now you can see the status is now no, which means that this patient is not yet activated. And here you can see the option of action, that is approve or reject. So here once verified, the cloud server can able to approve it or reject the patient. So let me approve it. So here you can see the account activated message and click OK. And now you can see the patient activation table is again empty. So now you can see the patients menu here. So just me click. So now you can see that this patient is now been activated, and you can see the status has been changed to active now, and the details have been updated. So there is no, you can see the last log also. So till now they have not logged in, so it is 0. So now let me go to the patient login part. and let me enter the email ID and the password which I have given earlier, and then click login. So now you can see the login is success message because the cloud server has approved this patient. So once the login is successful, it will be navigated to the patient homepage, and this is the patient homepage where they have the option of uploading the data and medical data. So just you can see the upload data, and here in the medical data. So you can see this is very empty because they have not uploaded any data. So as I intimated earlier, here the sensors will be collecting the data and sending to the cloud server, as we are not going to do any hardware part. So instead of that, the patient will be uploading the data manually and they will be uploading in the cloud. And as I said you, this is a cloud project. We need to upload the data into the cloud server, so it will be showing the MySQL part and also the cloud. So for that we are going to use Drive HQ cloud server, which is a free cloud service provider. So you need to go to this drivehq.com and you need to create a username and password for this, which is a free only. After creating the username and password, you need to go to the source code, and where you can see this folder DSAS and ftcon.java. So just you need to open this and you need to see the line number 30 where you need to enter the username and password which you have created. So now coming back to the execution, so here you can see the unique patient ID. So whenever a new patient is being registered, a unique ID is being created. So every patient will be having this unique ID, and let me enter the details now. So the blood group is O positive. Let me enter bracket. Blood pressure 160, body temperature 85, pulse rate 130, and here you can see the upload date and time is already set and previous medication is not applicable. And now let me click this upload, and now you can see the medical data uploaded to the cloud server, and click close. So now let us check. So now in the medical data menu, you can see earlier it was empty, and now you can see the data that we have uploaded is in encrypted format. So in the database also, in the cloud also, you can see this complete data, whatever we have entered is being encrypted. So body blood group, body pressure, body temperature, pulse rate, upload date and time, everything is being encrypted. So let us check that in the cloud server also. So just log in with the username and password, the Drive HQ part. So now you can see the date is 16/3/2023, and same date and time you can see it is been uploaded with the ID of the patient, the unique ID of the patient. So just if you click that, you can see the data that is uploaded in the cloud is being encrypted. So this part shows that the data that we are uploading is stored in the real-time cloud also. So now the patient data is being stored. Now let me log out from this part. So now patient part is completed. Now let me go to the doctors module. So just click the doctors menu. So there you can see the doctors login page. As I don't have any doctors registered now, let me go to the new registration part. So let me create a new doctor. So let me create two doctors as mentioned with the existing system problem. Here we are going to solve the problem of the doctor will be assigning. So let me create a doctor with the name of Alice and email ID as alice@gmail.com. So let me create with all the detail that has been required for the doctor's registration and click submit. And now you can see the registration is success and click close. And now let me go to the new registration again, because I'm going to create another doctor with the name of Bob. So just enter the name Bob and email ID as bob@gmail.com, date of birth, address and password, and click submit. So now I have registered successfully. So I have registered with 2 doctors. So as we did that for the patient part, even if you are entering the username and password what we have done it will not be login, because the cloud server should approve the new registration. So I'll go to the cloud server with the login details, and once of the login successful, you can see that doctors activation part. So earlier it was empty, and now you can see the 2 doctors which I have entered with the name of Alice and Bob is being shown here, and you can see the status, both the status is no. So now let me approve both the doctors. So you can see account is activated and account is activated. So both the doctors have been activated, and now there is no any pending activations. Now if you go to the doctors menu, you can see the doctor details which is active, and it is showing those details and last login. And earlier the patient's part, you can see that last log was 0. Now you can see when the patient was logged in lastly is also registered here. So now let me log out from the cloud server part, and let me go to the doctor's login part and show you how it works. So now let me as I have entered 2 doctors, Alice and Bob, so let me log in with the first doctor, Alice, and log in. And once the login is successful, it will be navigated to the doctor's home page. This is the doctor's home page where they have the details of patient details, search patient, requested patient, share patient, shared patient details. So now let's see one by one. So patient details, you can see it is empty because the doctor has not been assigned with the any patient. So search patient, they can able to search the patients by name, by phone number, by ID. So these options have been given. So now let me give a name XXX and click submit. You can see it has been failed because there is no any detail like that. So now let me search with the name of JP and click submit, and here you can see the patient details is being shown. So once, let me go to the search patients again. So let me enter by phone number. So let me enter by phone number by clicking search by phone number option, and then click submit. And now you can see it is showing that one. And again in the session parts, if we click by search by patient ID, and let me enter the patient ID and search, and you can see it has been showing like that. So in this way the doctors can search for their patient and they can request the data. So now here in this way the patients are being searched in a secured format. Only the registered details will be shown to the particular doctor. So now let me click this request data, and you can see the data request has been sent, and click OK. So now let me log out from the doctor part. Let me go to the cloud server part. So once after logged into the cloud server part, if you go to the assign doctors, and here you can see assign the doctors for the patient. So now let us assign the doctors. So now you can see the patient, there is only one patient. If there are multiple patients, all the patient IDs will be listed over in this drop box, and you can see who are all the doctors available with the doctor name and email. So in the cloud server part, the cloud will be assigning the patient to the doctor. So let me assign the patient JP to the doctor Alice, and then click assign. And now you can see the doctor assigned for the patient, and click OK. And now let me log out and go to the patient. Let me go to the doctor's part. So now let us see how the doctor's part look after assigning the patient. So once Alice doctor has logged into the system, if they click the patient details, you can see earlier there was no details showed because this doctor was not assigned to any patient, and now you can see the medical records of the patient that is allocated to them, and you can see everything is been encrypted format. So only with the exact secret key they can able to view the report. So just click the view report part, and here it asks for the secret key, and once if you give some wrong keys, you can see incorrect key, and once if you're giving only the correct secret key, you can see the doctor can able to see your data perfectly. and here in the medication part they can able to update some details here and they can modify it. So now let me go to the patient details. This part is completed. Now we are also seen for the search patient parts, so how the search patient occurs, and now let us see for the requested patient. So here you can see the requested patient. So this was requested before when we have allocated the patient to the doctor, so that what it was not generated. Let me show you that part also. And share patient, so if you wanted to, so this is the part that is mentioned in the base paper, that is third point. So when the Alice is not able to delegate the medical research utilization and utilization to the Bob in a certain research institution through the cloud server. So now Bob is, if the doctor Alice is not available, they can assign to some other doctor. So now these are the patient that is allocated to this doctor and that has been shown here, and now let us select the doctor to, so this is the only doctor now available alternate to the Alice, so that is been shown here, and now that is selected, and let me click the share part, and now you can see the patient details is been shared and click OK. So now let me log out from the Dr. Alice part. Now let me go to the Bob part. So now this is the Bob part. So Bob doctor, when he logs in, you can see there is no any patient records because this doctor is not assigned any particular patient. So only the Alice has shared the details. So thus details will be shown in the shared patient details. So here you can see the shared patient. So the patient ID is 1. What is the patient ID and who is the doctor handler? So Alice was the doctor and they have given this. So only if they have the exact decryption key. So you can see the keys is being varied from patient, Alice doctor and the Bob doctor. So the proxy re-encryption key is because the same key will not be allocated to the every entity, and it is shown that. So just if you go to view report part, so if you give some random key or the earlier given keys, you can see it says incorrect keys. Only the key which is shared to the particular doctor, if they enter it, they can able to see the details of it. So now if you go to the search patient data, the same things will be available here. And requested, there is this doctor has not requested anything, so it has been empty, and you can see the shared details. There is no any patient allocated, so they cannot able to share it right now. And shared patient, they can see overall the patient that has been shared by the other doctors is being shown here. So now let me log out. So now let me create another patient now. So let me create another patient called XX. So let me create a new patient and the registration is successful, and let me go to the cloud server to activate it. So now I have created a new patient with XX. So now let me log in with that patient now. Now let me upload a data for this patient, and now you can see the patient ID is unique. Patient ID is different from the other one that I have created. So now let me create with some other details. OB positive, blood pressure, body temperature, pulse rate, and upload date and time. And now let me click upload. And now you can see the medical data uploaded to the cloud server, and click close. And now if you go to the medical data part, you can see this new user data is being encrypted now. So now let me log out. Now let me go to the cloud server part. So I have created this new user to allocate this patient to the other doctor Bob. So now let me go to the assign doctors part. So here you can see the this is the only patient which is now being not allocated, so that is being shown here. So now let me select it, and now you can see the doctor whichever they wanted they can allocate. So now let me allocate to the Dr. Bob and click assign, and now you can see the doctor assigned for the patient and click close. And now let me log out, and now this time let me go to the Bob login and show you how it looks. And now if you go to the patient details, so earlier we have seen that the Bob doctor does not has any details, but he now can see the medical records has been updated because the cloud server has been assigned a patient to this doctor, and that has been shown it here. So now we have seen all the option that is available. And finally let me go to the cloud server and show you the things that is pending. And now you can see we have seen patient part, doctor activation, patients, doctors, and what are the files available in the cloud server. It is also shown, and which is the patient that is assigned to which doctor. All the details have been updated in the cloud server part. And assigned doctors we have seen, and what is the request we have been doctors given request which have shown earlier first time, that is also shown here, and they can able to approve or reject it. And final is the graph part. So here in the graph we can see the graph with the cryptographic time, so time with the encryption time and the decryption time taken. So accordingly the graph is being plotted here, and this is a dynamic graph which will be varied according to the data that we are uploading and downloading. And let me log out. And this is all about the project DSAS, a secure data sharing and authorized searchable framework for eHealthcare system. And thank you for watching.